everyone, today I will introduce a review article to you, named The Evolving Landscape of Immunotoxicity, Charting Mechanisms and Future Strategies for Immune Checkpoint Inhibitor Adverse Events. It was co-written by Lin Enqi, Zhenqian, Jiangmin, Wang Sufeng, Wang Qi, Ander S. Haidu, Lizhen Rui, Zhang Jian, Luoping from Multiple Department. The article has been published in the journal Med Research. This review systematically summarizes the core mechanisms of immune-related adverse events: T-cell dysfunction, B-cell-mediated autoantibody abnormalities, cytokine network dysregulation, and monocyte-driven inflammatory cascade reactions collectively mediate multi-organ damage. It points out that risk factors encompass host clinical characteristics and baseline disease features, gut microbiota dysbiosis, treatment regimen characteristics, tumor type and histological specificity, genetic factors and immune gene polymorphisms, autoimmune status and prior history of immune diseases, as well as previous exposure history and environmental factors, the grading criteria, clinical context and incidence rates, as well as clinical management strategies for immune-related adverse events across various organ systems are elaborated in detail. Key mechanisms of immune-related adverse events include 1. T-cell dysregulation, such as Treg functional exhaustion, the overactivation and cross-reactive antigenicity of T cells, and dysregulated helper T cells promoting inflammatory responses and abnormal interactions with other immune cells. 2. B-cell dysfunction and abnormal autoantibody function, including plasma cells secreting autoantibodies against tissue-specific antigens, abnormally enhanced B-cell antigen presentation capacity, imbalanced proportions of different functional B-cell subsets with disrupted immune balance among these subsets, and B-cells promoting the formation and maintenance of TLS. 3. Cytokine dysfunction, manifesting primarily as dysregulated inflammatory responses, imbalanced immune homeostasis, and tissue-specific damage. 4. Monocyte dysregulation, primarily characterized by monocytes triggering local inflammatory cascades, abnormal interactions between monocytes and T cells, and abnormal dynamic changes in monocyte subsets. Risk factors for immune-related adverse events include 1. Host clinical characteristics and baseline disease features, such as older age, female sex, and pre-existing cardiovascular diseases. 2. Environmental factors, such as smoking and gut microbiome dysbiosis. 3. Treatment regimen characteristics, such as the combination of immune checkpoint inhibitors with chemotherapy, targeted therapy, or radiotherapy, and the use of high-dose immune checkpoint inhibitors. 4. Tumor type and histological specificity, including tumors with high mutational burden, high tumor load, differences in tumor histological specificity and malignancy grade, and variations in medication use across different tumors. 5. Genetic factors and immunogenetic polymorphisms, including the diversity of HLA-ALIS, polymorphisms in genes related to immune checkpoint pathways, genetic variations in cytokine signaling pathways, and the phenomenon of epitope spreading. 6. Autoimmune status, a prior history of immune diseases, and a family history of immune diseases. Immune-related adverse events can involve nearly all organ systems, and their clinical manifestations, severity, and management strategies vary according to the characteristics of the target tissue. Cutaneous and gastrointestinal toxicities are the most frequently observed. Cardiovascular and neurological toxicities, although less common, are associated with high mortality rates. Furthermore, rare toxicities affecting hematologic, reproductive, and sensory systems, among others, underscore the broad spectrum and diverse nature of immune-related adverse events. This section categorizes immune-related adverse events by organ system, detailing the clinical features, grading criteria, see Table 1, and management approaches for each type. Future research directions include 1. The in-depth elucidation of shared mechanisms and temporal dynamics between immune-related adverse events and anti-tumor effects. 2. Developing targeted immune-related adverse events prediction and monitoring systems. 3. Optimizing the prevention and treatment strategies of immune-related adverse events. This review systematically elucidates the mechanisms, risk factors, and management strategies of immune-related adverse events. Future work should focus on further elucidating the potential mechanisms of immune-related adverse events, improving prediction and monitoring systems, and optimizing personalized treatment methods to more effectively balance immune-related adverse events with anti-tumor efficacy, thereby synergistically enhancing the safety and effectiveness of immunotherapy.